Beanie Baby. I'm doing something different. Quite different because I've never done anything like this before. I just felt like it. I got the sudden urge, and I was like, screw it. So today, I'm going over my manga collection. It's not massive, but it's big enough that I'm happy with it. I've been collecting for a couple years now, about 3-4 years, and I just thought, why not, right? So I'm just gonna get straight into it. Honestly, I'm gonna start off with my favorite author of all time. Made my favorite series of all time. Not too big on his other works, but my favorite author, Hiro Mashima, the creator of Fairy Tail, Eden Zero, Rave Master, there's countless fucking games he's done. He's done lots, but I've got quite a bit. I haven't got all of it because I've kind of fallen off on manga, but I'm collecting it where I can. So starting off with my favorite crossover thing like ever made, Mashima's Heroes. This is a crossover between Fairy Tail, my favorite thing ever. I have a tattoo of the Fairy Tail. Eden Zero, which I'm not too big on, and Rave Master, which is a great series, really underrated. His first like main series. This manga's fantastic. If you like one or all of the works in here, if you just like Mashima in general or curious about his works, maybe don't start with Heroes because you won't know any other characters, but it's a great crossover manga. It's my favorite of all time. So that's that one. Moving on to my favorite pieces of my favorite manga I own. The Masters Edition of Fairy Tail. Each one of these bad boys contains 5 volumes of the original. I haven't read them because it's just the manga, with some special colour pages littered throughout. But these are like, each one of these is like 30 quid. It's a very expensive thing to collect. There's 5 in total. I have 3. My girlfriend gifted me 1, and I bought the other 2. These are awesome. So I have volume 1, which contains volumes 1 through 5. I have, put that down safely, volume 2, which is 5 through 9, I think. It only has 4 in that one, which is weird. I don't want to dent these. Put that down. And then this is what my girlfriend got me, because it's the only one she found, and that is volume 4, which is the Arashi and Sace arc, one of my favourites. The artwork on these covers is beautiful. I love Fairy Tail. It's so yeah, these are my favourite pieces of my collection, and I want to get the other 2 missing volumes, but 60 quid is a lot of money for a book, even if I want them really bad. So there's that. A little list, fucking hell. Now, moving on to Eden Zero, his second work after Fairy Tail. I only have 2 volumes, simply because I'm not too big on Eden Zero.
Oh my god.
I've watched the first season of the anime. I didn't watch the second. But I have volumes 1 of Eden Zero and volumes 2. That's it. I might try and get into it properly at a later point, but right now 1 and 2 is fine. Like I said, I'll try to get back into it at some point, but it's not a priority because my main focus is on collecting 100 Year Quest, Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, the sequel to Fairy Tail, technically a spin-off, but it is canon. So I love 100 Year Quest. It fixes so much what made the original Fairy Tail kind of hit or miss for people. the major thing being world building. There are still some fairy tale shit going on, like Urza winning every fight for like doesn't make sense. But at the end of the day, it's a really good story. But like all things, it's not perfect. And I can admit that. Anyway, I have quite a few 100-year quest volumes. I want to collect them all. It's just a matter of finding the money. So I have volume 1. I read this online. The new chapter comes out every 2 weeks. I read it online mainly. I'm just collecting these when I can. So volume 1 to volume 4. And then moving on to... Oh, this one's got a cover on it. Volume 5. Great artwork as well. I love Mashima's artwork. This isn't Mashima's art, actually. He wrote the story, he just didn't do the art. Volume 6. Probably might not even be able to see that. And Volume 9. Which is the Atlantia arc, I believe. I think it's the Atlantia. Yeah, it's Atlantia, yeah. But yeah, 100, that's all I've got so far of Mashima. Because manga's expensive. All of this works online, mostly. Through, like, fan translations, so I can get it early. Because it's not available in English for, like, a couple weeks. Legitimately. And plus, I like supporting, like, translators, you know. But yeah, that's all of Marshima's things. A bit of tangled hair. While I'm here, speaking of Marshima, I may as well show my fairy tale Funko Pops. Why not? And everything else fairy tale related. I have quite a bit. I have this Panther Lily plush. It looks shit, but it's the only one I found like in real life. So I like it. I kept it. 20 fucking quid though. This is my favorite. Happy plushie. I fucking love Happy. But like such a good character. Whoops. Anyway, I have 5 Funko Pops. I have Mavis, one of my favourite characters. I don't know if you can see that or not. But Mavis. I have Jalal Fernandez. Actually, it's Seagrain. They need to correct this Funko Pop since that's been revealed. Have my boy Natsu Dragneo. I want to get the other 2 versions of Natsu, but they're really expensive. Moving on to the only fairy tale Funko Pop I've ever found in real life shops. The Grey Buster, the Devil Union. It's been a while since I watched the final arc, but Devil Slayer, this Devil Slayer form, really cool Funko. I'm so glad I found that. Moving on to my boy once again. That book's a bit damaged, but perfectly fine. Happy Funko Pop. I really like this one. And my last Funko Pop. It doesn't have a box, but I might get a new one. Carla. Wendy's Exceed sidekick. But yeah, anyway, that's all my fairy tale shit. Really like it. But moving on, I'm going to do a little bit different. Light novels. I only have 3, and they're all the same series. Barke Monogatari. 1, 2, and 3. So I've got the full Barke Monogatari collection. There's so many different Monogataris. But I tried it. I love the anime. So I thought I'd try reading the light novels. They're alright. Reading's not like actual words. I liked reading like a couple years ago, but I've kind of fallen off since manga because I don't know. I've got the Barke Monogatari 3-book collection. This is basically a contained story. Nothing in Monogatari like really connects. You can kind of watch or read one thing and like kind of have a grasp going in to any other thing, or you can start it anywhere. You kind of need context, but you kind of don't. It's weird, but yeah, they're the only light novels. Moving on to the singles. One of my favorite anime is Call of the Night. I love this. It's perfect. This anime is beautiful. So I thought I'd pick up the manga, give it a read. I still haven't read it, so I'll need to get on to that. But yeah, that's Call of the Night. Check out that anime. It's beautiful. Haikyuu. I don't know why I got Haikyuu. I don't like Haikyuu. I never have. So there we go. That's what that gets. Moving on. I haven't got much left. Only a couple. Only a couple more series to go through. Starting off with my first, the only completed manga set I have. The Death Note Black editions. I've always heard about Death Note. I'll show them as I'm talking. I've always heard about Death Note, and ever since I really got into anime in 2020, really nice covers by the way. But I never read it or watched it. It's not my cup of tea really. But I tried it. I bought the Black editions. Each one contains 2 volumes. There's 13 in total. But I think the final volume has like 3 combined. But yeah. So I tried it. I've picked up the full series. It's weird because I don't hate Death Note, but it's not. I don't get the hype around it. It's not good, in my opinion. Maybe I just don't get it. I don't know. I stopped halfway through this volume 5. So near the end of the series. I mean, after a certain someone dies, the story just becomes even worse than it originally was. So I have not read this final volume or the latter half of that one. I don't think I'll go back to it either. It's not something I like. I'm glad I tried it because it's one of the most popular things. By the way, all the pages are black, which is fucking cool. But yeah, it's not something I'm really into. But I'm glad I tried it. And that's all that really matters, isn't it? Just farted, by the way. But that's it, really. I would show you the manga up there, but the problem with that is it's 9 volumes of Rent a Girlfriend and 13 volumes of Komi Can't Communicate. And 2 volumes of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, so not really important. But yeah, I mean that's about what I'm gonna do. I don't know why I felt like making, I just did. But I'm glad I did, because I can finally show off this collection I've been building for a couple years. And yeah, I hope we can get some conversation going, perhaps. But yeah, that's gonna be about it, and I'll see you guys when I inevitably upload a part 2 of any of the series I'm currently doing. Bye!